All right, this is just a super quick video on what our sales team accelerator is specifically, which is the 4 things you see on this page. Really quick, we do have another offer called the 7-Figure Selling Academy. That's our premier sales training for sales reps, entrepreneurs, coaches, consultants trying to get better at sales, trying to close more of the deals that they already have, or even a sales team that's trying to get better at sales. So if you're interested in that, that's something totally separate. So, and it's also included in the sales team accelerator. But if you just want the 7-Figure Selling Academy, which is our premier sales training, reach out separately and I can give you information on that. This video is going to be about the sales team accelerator, what it is, and how we essentially help entrepreneurs, coaches, consultants, agencies, and service providers get off the phones and be able to build 7-figure and even 8-figure sales teams. Okay, so it really comprises of 4 things. And at a high level, what it's all about is not outsourcing your sales to somebody else. We don't want to do that. That's giving the control away and giving the keys to your kingdom, the most important part of your business, sales, to somebody else. We don't want to give away our control. We want to build that internally into our business. That's what all the top dogs do. That's all the best names that I know in our space who are really crushing it doing 7 and even 8 figures out there. That's what they do, and that's what I want you to do too if you're starting off on this journey. So really, in terms of building your internal sales team, there's 4 things we need to work on. The first one is your assets and your economics. The way I think of sales teams is there's 2 important things you need to have a winning sales team. There's the people and the vehicle. So think of if you're a race car driver trying to win a race. There's the driver and the vehicle. You can have a great driver, but if you don't have the right vehicle, if they get in a Honda Civic, they're not going to win the Daytona 500. But at the same time, the fastest car with a bad driver is not going to win the race. So for a sales team, you need the right people on the bus, and you also need a great bus, to use Jim Collins for an example, right? So everybody in our industry thinks it's all about the people. They think it's all about getting the right salesperson. It's like if I just got the right person, I would be able to scale my business, I'd be able to win. And that's true, and what's also really important is the vehicle, which are your sales systems and your assets and your economics. These are your scorecards, your sales enablement assets, your on-track earnings, your comp structures, your sales process itself, your follow-up systems, all of that stuff that allows you to have a system and an asset for salespeople to step into and win. So when we work with sales teams and build internal sales teams, that's the first thing we work on. The second thing we work on is the recruiting and hiring systems, okay? So we do done-for-you recruiting. If you want more information on that, just reach out and I'll give you, kind of the lowdown on what that is. I also help you build internal recruiting pipelines so you can recruit for yourself as well, okay? What we're really after here is creating an abundance of sales reps that we can tap into, a big pipeline for recruiting, just like we want to create a big pipeline for our sales and marketing as well. When we do that, we can recruit from a place of abundance and not scarcity, where opposed to just having 2 or 3 people in a recruiting pipeline, we just choose the best. We can basically have a huge pipeline, have a ton of options, and just take the cream off the crop. And that's how we really get great talent on our team, because instead of recruiting from a place of scarcity, we're recruiting from a place of abundance. The third thing is your ramp-up training system. So the second most costly thing in really the sales team world, opposed from a mishire, is the time it takes a sales rep to go from 0 in the KPI. Okay, so we want to collapse that time as much as possible so we can get them converting at 20, 25, 30% or more as fast as we possibly can, because that's going to minimize the cash you're going to hemorrhage on applications and opportunity costs, okay? So how do we build the right internal training systems to get them from 0 to KPI as fast as possible, as well as get my assistants and my team assistants in training your sales team so we can actually download what we know into your sales reps that are brand new to get them up to speed as soon as we can in 7, 14, or 21 days. So the last thing is your systems and your management. So this is really teaching you how to be able to manage your team in a very time-effective way to where you know your numbers, you know how to make decisions off of your numbers, and you also have a great qualitative assessment on your team so that you have your thumb on the pulse of your team at all times, okay? We want to know qualitatively what's going on as well as quantitatively. And we also want to do this in a way where it's being very time efficient for you, because you don't want to go from full-time sales rep in your own business, hire on a bunch of sales reps, but now you're simply just a full-time sales manager, okay? You need to be a CEO, a business owner, but at the same time, until a point, you need to manage your sales team too. So I want to give you a system in which you can do that from anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour a day, and in doing so, have your thumb on the pulse of your sales team and know how that's working and how they're performing and how they're feeling and how inspired they are and all of that stuff on a consistent, reliable basis. So at a very, very high level, that's what we do. There's a lot more to it. A lot of it's all customized. So if this even sounds somewhat interesting to you, what's probably going to be the most appropriate thing from here is book a time with me personally or my team. We'll get a little bit information about your sales team, where your business is at, what your goals are, all of this stuff. and then I'll kind of lay out these 4 things, but in a customized fashion for you, and talk about how we would help you implement and execute these things so you can get off the phone, scale to 7 figures, build out your sales team, and grow from there. So that's all for this video, and look forward to talking to you soon.